Hi, my name is Vivek and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the 9th episode to create a responsive website using Vuetify. In the previous episode, we worked on Vue Router and manage our components. Today, we'll be working on various components like images and cards to create a about page. First of all, we'll create the hero block. It contains an image with text at bottom, so we'll use images component. So go to the Vuetify website, click on get started, click on UI components and click on images. Here I'll use the one called fixed ratio, so I'll click on this view source. Now copy that begins and ends with vimage because we just need image and text. Open your about.view and paste it over here after adding a div with a class called static hero. Now you can change the image source and remove this aspect ratio if necessary. Also you can remove this email address because we don't need them according to our design, and change this subheading to about us. Also you can change this class name from subheading to headline. Now you can check the site and you can see the background image and the text over here. If you want to keep this title at the center, then you have to add fee container over here. Here you go. Now let's add this content in our site. Just after this div, you can add one more div with a class called block. Then you can add fee container so that everything will come at the center, and you can add a p tag. Then you can copy all of this content inside this p tag. Here you go. Now let's work on our themes, and it can be achieved using the cards component, but before that let's add one new div with a class called block. Then inside that div let's add v container, and since we have got a title in our design, I will add them in the s2 tag, and I will add a class called text center so that it will be in the center like this. Now before adding the card component, let's work on the grid system. So we start with v row. Inside v row it will be v col, and inside the v col you can add cols equals 4 so that the width will become 33%. Now for cards component, you can go back to the Vuetify website and click on cards, and I have used the one called media with text, so click on view source, then copy everything that starts and ends with v card and paste it inside v col. Now remove all the unwanted stuffs like vCard title, vCard subtitle, and vCard accents. Then I'll add some data over here, which include ID, source, name and title. Then in vcol, let's add for loop and say item in items, and key is item.id. Now use the interpolation to get the dynamic data. So this will be item dot name, and this will be item dot title. Also I will change this from div to p tag, and I will add a class name over here called title. And finally I will change this image source as well, item.src, and add a semicolon, and I will remove this image height. Now let's look at the site, and you are getting all the data now, including image and names. So to remove this box shadow, you can add flat in this vCard. You can also remove this max weight, and if you want to keep these names at the center, then you can add a class called text center over here. Great. This page now looks exactly the same as in design. This is the end of this session. In the next session, I will show you how to work on contact page. So we'll use some images, forms and iframes. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to get more tutorials in the future. Thank you.